of our families, our students, and like I said, our parents and our families here. I hope that you guys are going to have a great 2016-17 school year. The faculty and staff here, we are very excited, and we can't wait for the school year to start next Monday. And parents, I'm sure you're probably about the same way, right? Some excitement? Yes, yes. I have some things that I'm going to talk to you about before you guys go to your classroom, and I have them on some cards so I don't get too excited or nervous up here and then forget about it. I'm going to start with the dress code because there were some changes to the dress code, as you guys know. Pretty much for kindergarten through 5th grade, I won't say there's not a dress code, but students can wear almost anything that they want, as far as it doesn't have to be collared, and it can have things like Super Mario Brothers or Frozen, things that the kids like, Gremlins. They know what Gremlins are. I saw a Gremlin shirt on somebody the other day. The only thing as far as shirts go, they have to have sleeves. They cannot be sleeveless and they cannot be spaghetti straps, okay? So they have to have sleeves, but other than that, they can be collared if you want them. They could be a t-shirt. They could have something on them, so it's not like the 612 policy. If you have a specific question later, you guys can ask. As far as pants go, dresses, shorts, anything that the girls might wear, skirts, needs to be mid-thigh. We're not talking about your fingertip length, but mid-thigh. So think about that when you're thinking about your bottom wear. No leggings and no jeggings. They can go under a skirt or under some shorts if they want to, but not by themselves. They can't take the place of pants. School starts at 8 o'clock, and the teachers are going to start teaching at 8 o'clock. So if your child gets here at 8:05, they are late. Please make sure that you're getting them here on time, because 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here and there adds up. So please make sure that you're getting them at school on time. In the afternoon, as you guys can imagine, we have about 275 students here. The afternoon time can get a little crazy. I ask that you do not make any changes to your child's transportation after 2 o'clock. If we had 250 parents call to say, I want my child to be a car rider today, or I want my child to get on the bus today, I cannot ensure that they're going to do the right thing. So if you know that they need to ride a bus and it's different from what they normally do, please make that change before 2 o'clock. One of the things that your children are going to hear, and they may go home talking about it, we are the All-Stars, but we want to see them shine. And SHINE is an acronym, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'll tell you some things that it stands for. S is setting a positive example, and that's something that we should all do, whether we're parents, or grandparents, teachers, principal. H is helping our neighbors. We can always get a lot more done when we help each other out. So help our neighbors. I, we're in pursuit of our dreams. I know that there's some students that know what they want to be. They might want to be a doctor. They might want to be a lawyer. They might want to work on a tugboat. They might want to work at PCS. So we're going to encourage them to dream. They're going to be in pursuit of their dreams. N is never compromising our standards. There are standards for each grade level, and that is our expectations. We expect kids to be able to end their reading or their math on grade level. And E is expecting excellence. We expect excellence each and every day. I expect excellence from my teachers, and my teachers in turn are going to expect excellence from their students. I have some good news I think you guys are going to like. The volunteer application. If you turned in a volunteer application last year, you are already approved this year. You can clap, it's okay, go ahead and clap if you want to. I like that. Now, if you did not turn in a volunteer application last year and you want to go on a field trip, you have to turn one in. Please do not wait 5 days before the field trip, because it may not get approved. We need some time. So if you've not turned one in, if you didn't turn one in last year, go ahead and do one tonight. We have some volunteer applications available in the office. Stop by, go ahead and get one and fill it out with all the other schoolwork, and then turn it back into your teacher, to your child's teacher. The handbooks this year, because there's so many policies and there's a lot of information to give you, the handbooks are going to be online. We're trying to save paper because they're very thick. There will be a paper that we will send home to you to ask you to sign it to say, I've read it and I've gone over it with my child. If you need a paper copy and you cannot get online, please tell your homeroom teacher, and I'm going to ask the homeroom teachers to make a note and I will send you a paper copy. But if you can get online, we would greatly appreciate if you access it online. We want to get PTO started first thing, and we've already got our first meeting planned. I'll put it on Facebook. If you have Facebook, we'll also put it on our website. But the first PTO meeting is going to be on September the 13th at 6:30. I believe that's a Tuesday night. And I think the primary school, theirs is like at 5:30. And then if you have a child there, then you can come over here and meet with our PTO, and that's going to be at 6:30. We appreciate all of our volunteers that will come out. Box tops, if you've been saving box tops, we also do box tops for education. You can send those into your homeroom teacher. And you're also going to be learning something about Shopperoo. Anytime you go somewhere, whether it's out to eat or Walmart, anywhere where you have a receipt, there's an app that you can get, whether you have an Android or an Apple device, and go to your Play Store and look up Shopperoo, and you can look for Fred Anderson Elementary School, and you will take a picture of it. It's pretty easy, and what will happen is that amount that you purchased will turn into points for the school, and those points will turn into money, and then they'll just give us a check. And so you don't have to do anything other than put it on the Shopperoo that you normally do. You don't have to go shop at any different stores. You just put it on the Shopperoo with the app. And if anybody needs some assistance later, I have it on my phone. I'll be glad to show you. Not a problem. Transportation, there was an email and then there was a message that was sent out about transportation. If you have changes in transportation, you need to fill out a transportation form if you've not already done so. We do have some transportation forms in the office, and somebody from transportation is supposed to be here. I haven't seen them yet, but if you need a transportation form, ask. Go close to the office. There'll be somebody kind of floating around, and we can give you a form, and you can fill it out now, and we can get that change put into place. A parent portal. I don't know if you know this. You had access at the primary school, but probably it'll be more interesting to you here at Fred Anderson because they start getting grades. But there is a parent portal that you can actually go online and see your child's grades day one. I have 2 boys, a middle school and a high school student, and I check up on them about weekly. And it's just nice to be able to pull up their grades and say, oh, what happened to this 60 right here? Or, oh, you got 100, that's a great job. So you have access to that. There will be more information coming out soon, but Miss Melanie will be glad to help you get set up with that, so it's wonderful. At this time, I do want to introduce my 3rd grade staff, and they're going to share some things. Before I do that, well, I'll introduce them, and then I'm going to introduce my communities and school person. I have 5, Fred Anderson has 5 3rd grade teachers this year. Because this is such a big class, we had to add a teacher. One of my teachers is Miss Caitlin Willis. Caitlin Willis, thank you. Miss Stephanie Now, Miss Teresa Harrelson, Miss Jasmine Harris, and Miss Bonnie Gahagan. And there are 3 assistants working in 3rd grade, and that is Miss LaTanya Bell, Mr. Jeffrey Roberts, and Miss Marquita Walker. And the assistant principal is Miss Tamoya Bennett. We also have a representative called a Communities in School representative. She's a student specialist, support specialist that will do all kind of things. But her name is Ashley Cephas. I'm going to let her talk just a few minutes before the 3rd grade teachers come up.
Hi, how are you guys doing? I am a student support specialist with Communities in Schools, and you guys will get a pamphlet, so I'll be very brief. But our mission is to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. So I'll be working with kids who have issues with attendance, behavior, or just who might need one-on-one. So if you have a student or a child who you feel might need one-on-one help, you can refer them to me. You'll get that on your Tuesday folder, and I can work with them.
Now the main attraction. Hello.
Get to the microphone now.
Okay, stand over here. Hello. Hello. All right, so we're just going to share a little bit of information about third grade. Most of the stuff that is in our slideshow, Ms. Potter did the lovely pleasure of already telling you about it, so it'll go faster and then we can get to the classrooms. All right, so again, Ms. Gahagan.
I'm Mrs. Gahagan. I'm a transplant from. Okay. Just pull it down. Oh, pull it. Okay. I'm a transplant from Virginia. I retired from teaching in Virginia, and we've come here to North Carolina to do another 30 years. And I look forward to teaching third grade. I have several years in third grade. And from what I've heard and seen since Thursday, I am so blessed to be here. So I look forward to teaching your third grade child.
Good evening. I'm Teresa Harrelson. Sorry. Can you hear me? This is my third year teaching at Fred Anderson. I've been in the area for a long time, and I know most of you, brothers, sisters, I've had in my classroom already. So I look forward to seeing all of you, and come see me, fourth graders, if you get a chance.
Use your teacher voices.
Me. All right. Hi, I'm Miss Willis, Caitlin Willis. Been here for 2.5 years. This will be my second full year here. Live in Havelock. Been here for 3 years now. My husband's a Marine at Cherry Point, so that's what brought us to this area, and I'm looking forward to a great year.
Use your teacher voices here.
I'm Jasmine. I'm Jasmine Harris, and this is my third year in education. I'm from Littleton, teaching for 2 years, but I stay in Dubai.
Hello, and I'm Miss Now. This is my 6th year teaching. This is my 3rd year in 3rd grade. We came here because my husband is the head football coach at Pamlico. So come out to the games, win or lose. Like, wait a minute with the laughing. And we hope for a good year. We already went over that the kids are late if they arrive after 8 a.m., so just try to get them here before then. And then we already went over the dress code. Shorts, skirts need to be at mid-thigh, and then shirts need to have sleeves. Pretty much anything else is okay. No jeggings, no leggings. We are on a grading scale, which is different from primary. They are on a 10-point grading scale, so anything from 100 to a 90 is an A, and then so on. And then they're also going to get letter grades this year, A, B, C, D, and hopefully nothing below that. We've also already talked about volunteer applications. If you've already filled one out, you're already an approved volunteer.
All right, so something that we do that's different in 3rd grade from any other grade before, your child will be with their teacher for every subject except for, we do a rotation schedule for science and social studies. So each teacher kind of has a topic for science and social studies that we've kind of adopted and mastered. And we do 6-week rotations. So for example, I teach civics and government and matter. So each class, each of their classes will come to my classroom for 6 weeks. They'll learn about my social studies and my science topic, and then they will move on to the next topic. This just makes it easier for us to kind of be able to master our subjects, and the kids really enjoy getting to go into other teachers' rooms. So the grades will come from that teacher, but they will also be in collaboration with your child's teacher as well. So it's not like they're just going to go into another classroom and be sent off. They will still be talking to your child's teacher, and we'll do that pretty much all year until the end, and they will have covered all of the science and social studies topics. We've already talked about Shine briefly with Ms. Potter. It's kind of like Pride from the primary school. So if you hear your kids talking about Shine, or if you want to remind them what it is at home, that's going to be kind of like a universal set of rules that we use in third grade. So we're going to try and keep that as our little motto in third grade. So if you hear your children talking about it, that's what it is.
All right, Fun Friday. There will be the last Friday of every month. We will have a celebration for your child's all-star behavior and for them shining all month. They'll have movie and a popcorn in 3 teachers' rooms. And then let's just say, for example, that there's a child, they have work that they need to finish, or maybe they did not practice all-star behavior, or they didn't shine, as well that month. We're going to try to kind of steer away from it, but there is something called study hall where they just kind of get some time to catch up on some work. And then one teacher will have the month off to just relax. And then choice, I'm just going to briefly go over choice. Choice is just kind of like a room where they go. It's kind of like our consequence system. Get a little think time after measures have been taken inside the classroom to go over different behavior policies. This is kind of like a last resort choice for a teacher to write a student and send them to choice for a little while.
Okay, Power School is, actually Ms. Potter talked to you about that already. The Power School is the grade system. Yeah, so, sorry. The Power School is the grading system, and if you need more information or you need to get on that, we'll be sending it home to you in Tuesday folders, which comes to my next Tuesday folders. Every Tuesday, your child will come home with a yellow Tuesday folder. I think they do the same thing at the primary school. And they'll have stuff for you to sign and send back, and it'll all have all their work for the whole week in that folder. Also, beginning of grade testing. This is what a lot of stuff that's different about third grade compared to the primary school. We have beginning of grade testing in just a couple of weeks. So your kids will just have a test that they'll take just to see where they're at and where we need to go from there. Sorry. Benchmarks are kind of the same thing. It just is a test like every 9 weeks that kind of tells us how they're doing in the subjects that we've taught so far. TRCs, I believe you know what those are from the primary school. It's the DIBELS system where they're on a specific reading grade levels, and you'll get more information about that later on in the year as well. And then EOGs is the first year that they will have to take EOGs as third grade. Most of you know that already by now, but you'll get more information on that as well at the end, towards the end of the year.
I'll make it quick because I know that you guys want to get to the classrooms. I will tell you a little bit about, and you should have heard about it, North Carolina Read to Achieve. And it's from kindergarten to third grade, but the goal of the state with Read to Achieve is to ensure that every student is reading on grade level by the end of third grade. So what would happen at the end of third grade, there's a couple of things. With the TRCs that Ms. Harrelson talked about, they need to reach a level P. If they get to a level P, then they have met the North Carolina Read to Achieve law. If they don't get to a level P, then when they take the reading EOG, they need to pass it. And if they don't pass it, then they have an alternative test. It's called the North Carolina Read to Achieve test. If they are not successful in any of those areas, then we are going to strongly suggest that they go to summer reading camp during the month of July. Now that is a parent choice, but if they're not proficient and they're not on grade level, that is going to be our suggestion. And they will have another chance during camp to take the test and to get up to a level P on their TRC. If that is not successful during the summertime, then they may be placed in fourth grade in something called a transition class. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about it now because we're just in the beginning of third grade, and we know that we're going to work really hard this year, and we're going to strive for our students to be successful and to meet the standards and excel. one more thing, just so you know, there's a lot of things on our website. If you go and Google Pamlico County Schools or Fred Anderson, you can get to our website. And this is what our website looks like. If you look at the yellow, and I know that's really small up there, but in that yellow box at the top, there's a thing called directory. If you need to send the teacher an email, if you need to send Miss Melanie or Miss Barb, somebody in the office, Miss Potter or Miss Bennett an email, you can do that through that directory. There's also going to be parent resources, websites for, it may be for reading, it may be for math, but there's lots of information on our website. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom of our website, will you scroll down, Ms. Willis? Vanna White here, thank you. If you scroll all the way down to our website, on the right-hand side, you see where it says Power School. That's where you could get in that parent login that I was talking about. And you can find us on Facebook. Also, a little bit further down to the bottom, Miss Wood does a wonderful job of things that are going on here. We take lots of pictures. She puts it in an album and she puts it on the bottom. So when you go all the way to the bottom, you can find pictures, as long as you said it was okay for us to take pictures, up there, whether we do the 9 weeks assemblies or just like from tonight. So a lot of things will be happening on the bottom. So check out our website and check out our Facebook page and make sure that you guys are keeping in touch. Also, if you did not receive that automated message from me last night, I need you to tell Miss Melanie Curtis. Raise your hand, Miss Melanie. Sorry about that. Because you should be in the system, and I want you to get my messages. And sometimes you're going to hear me say, "Hello, FAA families, this is Kim Potter. Please don't hang up yet," because I want you to listen to the whole message. So please listen to all of it, and I can go in there and tell if you've hung up on me, so just so you know that. But if you didn't get the message, please let Miss Curtis know, because we want to make sure that everybody is informed. At this time, I'm going to ask all the teachers to start moving down to their classrooms. And there's a couple of things. There's a bulletin board out here that has all of the lists with kids' names and the rooms they're in. There's also some people in the hallways that have master schedules. You can stop and ask one of them, "My child's name is such and such, Little Mary Smith. What classroom is she in?" And they will tell you. So you can check out the bulletin board, or you can ask somebody. And there's a bunch of people in the hallway, and they're standing outside, okay? So maybe just like a couple tables up here in the front, if we can just go in an orderly manner, that might be nice.